Most people think dating after divorce is like stepping back into the same game, but with less energy and more baggage. They couldn't be more wrong. What if I told you that, for some men, divorce is not the end, but the beginning of their most magnetic, irresistible chapter? You see, there's a shift happening, quietly, beneath the surface. Younger women, smart, confident, emotionally aware, are seeking out older men, and not just casually. They're drawn to them, captivated. Why? It's not just about the salt and pepper hair or the confidence that comes with age. It's something deeper, more primal, more psychological. In this video, we're going to dive into why younger women are so intrigued by older men, especially those who've lived, lost, and risen again after divorce. By the end of this, you won't see yourself the same way again. Let's begin. The rebirth after divorce. Divorce hits different. It's not like a breakup. It's a reset of your entire identity. For many men, it breaks them. But for others, it builds them into something far more powerful. Because once you've been through the fire, you stop playing games. You learn what matters. You stop chasing approval. You gain something most younger guys simply can't fake: depth. And that depth, that quiet, earned presence, it's like gravity to a younger woman who's tired of shallow texts and situationships. Divorce doesn't disqualify you. It upgrades you, if you know how to use it. Main point 1. The emotional stability factor. Younger women are surrounded by guys who flinch at the word feelings. They're used to men who ghost, breadcrumb, or can't handle real conversations. But an older man, especially one who's been married, who's faced conflict, heartbreak, healing, he doesn't run from emotion. He knows how to sit with it, navigate it. And that, right there, is irresistible. Here's what most men don't realize. Emotional stability is sexy. When you can be calm in chaos, when you don't get reactive, when you listen instead of just waiting to speak, it makes her feel safe. And safety isn't boring. It's magnetic. Because in a world of unpredictability, a man who knows himself is rare. That kind of man makes her want to open up, share more, trust. And the moment she trusts you emotionally, everything else follows. Main point 2. The power of lived experience. You know what's more attractive than abs? Stories. Not just the ones you tell, but the ones you've lived. Younger women aren't just looking for someone to take selfies with. They want someone who has depth, perspective, someone who's seen things. You've navigated conflict. You've made sacrifices. You've experienced real intimacy, not just flings. You've learned what it means to show up, to compromise, to love someone even when it's hard. That kind of history, that presence, it leaves an imprint. It makes her feel like she's not just dating a man, but a chapter of something richer, something more cinematic. She looks at you and thinks, he's not trying to figure out who he is. He already knows. And in that, she finds something few her age can offer: security with spark. Main point 3. Older men play a different game. Younger guys play checkers. Older men? They've learned to play chess. Most men in their 20s and early 30s try to impress women with grand gestures or superficial charm. They chase validation. They perform. But a man who's lived through a divorce doesn't perform. He chooses. He doesn't need attention. He offers it when it matters. He doesn't rush. He observes. He doesn't brag. He embodies value. Younger women feel this difference instantly. They sense that they're not being pursued. They're being seen. And that difference changes everything. Because when she feels seen, without being chased, her instincts kick in, and she starts chasing you. Main point 4. Sexual energy transformed. Here's something no one talks about. Post-divorce men often carry a different kind of sexual energy. It's not desperate. It's not performative. It's confidently restrained. You're not trying to prove anything. You don't need validation through conquest. You're selective, and that makes your attention 10 times more valuable. Younger women pick up on this. They feel it in the way you look at them, the way you touch them, if you choose to. They sense that you're not just looking for someone to fill a void. You're looking for connection, for alignment, for fire with meaning, and that balance of emotional presence and mature sexual energy makes you unforgettable. She's not just drawn to you, she remembers you, even long after the moment passes. Main point 5. Divorce creates a man with standards. Before divorce, you might have tolerated things, settled, compromised your values. But now, you've been through enough to know what you won't accept. And that is power. Because most younger women are used to men who mold themselves to please, who hide their preferences, who don't know how to say no. But when you walk in with standards, clear, quiet, unshakable, it triggers something primal. She realizes you're not looking for just anyone. You're looking for someone who fits into the life you've rebuilt. And that challenge, that invitation to rise to your level, it pulls her in. The truth. She'll never say out loud. She might not say it out loud. But deep down, she's craving what only an older man can offer. Presence without performance. Connection without chaos. Masculinity without immaturity. And most of all, a man who's already been broken and came back stronger. So if you're divorced, if you've healed, if you've rebuilt your identity from the ground up, you're not starting over. You're just finally ready for the chapter where you get to choose. Younger women aren't just interested in older men because of the age. They're drawn to what the age represents. Depth, direction, desire with intention. If that's you, don't chase. Just stand still. Let her feel the gravity. And trust this. When she senses your presence, when she sees you're a man who's lived, lost, and still stands strong, she won't be able to look away.